So hello and welcome back to Behind the Curve Gaming. In this episode, we're pissing one Wipeout against another, two different retro consoles. Let's go. So welcome back to the channel. Just a quick YouTube thing. Please like, comment and subscribe as always. Yes, so I've launched Behind the Curve Gaming officially. There's a couple of videos on there as of now at least. Trying to do that with this. Having a lot of fun recording some gameplay. Back to the retro. So in my Blockbuster Retro video episode 2, I don't know. I bought this for like £10, cartridge only. The point of those videos is basically to see, right, let's get a game for as cheap as possible, cartridge only, disc only, that kind of thing, to see if it deserves a spot on the shelves. I've not got a lot of space. I've just redone all the shelving and a lot of work in this room over the weekend, and I've possibly got a little bit less shelf space. Not quite sure how I've got to that point, but we're here. So yeah, so the whole point of that series is get a game cheap, try it. You know, back in the old days of Blockbuster, where you'd try a game, you'd rent it, and you'd give it back. Maybe you would then want the game, or you'd rent it again. Sometimes that happened, right? In order to see if we want to buy something like this, boxed, so it can go on the shelf. Preferably that's how I want to collect my retro games, boxed at least. With manual would be nice, depending on the price discrepancy. So, try this out. And I did have issues with it. And I said in that video, which I'll link maybe here or something, I would like to get a PS1 Wipeout title and pit them against each other to see which one's better. Is this any good? So to my knowledge, this is the only non-Sony Wipeout. Wipeout 64 for the Nintendo 64, funnily enough. And they were just Sony titles before and after. So chronologically at least, there was Wipeout, I think that's 2048, but it's just called Wipeout. Then Wipeout 2097, Wipeout 64, which took elements and some tracks from 1 and 2, I believe, and I think some of those tracks like reverse. And then we had Wipeout 3, which I think was a year later. Last Wipeout title, the PS1, purportedly pushed the PS1s to its limits, essentially. So, yeah, I've just tried these out back to back. And I'm going to insert that footage, sped up of course, no one needs to see that, with a little bit of music over the top so you can just sit there and observe right now. So whether I've done that one after the other or side by side, which could have been an idea actually, took me a couple of races to kind of get into it. It is good. The craft are weighty. If you hit something, you really do lose that momentum, you stop. And that ties in with one of the game's worst issues for me, is the pop-in. Things pop in far too late, and when there isn't a map or course on the screen, or if you don't know the track, you're stuffed. And there's a lot of dark areas or tunnels where you can't see where you're going whatsoever, and that's it, you're done. Same with like the weapon, the ripple weapon, where it ripples a track in front of you. That means you can't see in front of you. So yeah, the biggest issue of this game kind of does itself in a little bit there, because you end up crashing when you don't know where you're going, or you can't see the corner, or it pops in and you're like, okay, that's surprised me a little bit. But yeah, good game. I find it difficult possibly because of all that popping, not sure. But yeah, good game by itself in isolation. And then I put Wipeout 3 in, and it blows 64 out of the water. I assume that's not any big take there. I'm sure this game does have its fans. I did look it up online just to see if there's any sort of verdict. People saying, look, I've got PlayStation Wipeout, should I try Wipeout 64? A lot of people are saying, go for it if you want to try it. It's a good time in and of itself, but it's relatively mid-tier, right? It's not doing anything that the PlayStation 1s wasn't. The PlayStation 1s, you got all the official music and the look and the graphics, and it was pretty awesome. So yeah, it blew it out of the water. Wipeout 3 a year later, it's got cockpit view. I didn't know that. Wipeout 3 has cockpit view. That's pretty cool. It feels like it's got more weapons. It's so much brighter. Obviously, there's going to be some popping and some rendering, but it's at such a further distance that it's much less of an issue. It looks better, it's brighter, less issues. It feels smooth. In terms of this being much weightier to handle, these are much lighter and easier. I don't know whether because of that it's an easier game, or maybe it's just easier full stop, because I could just pick this up and do quite well in terms of the races at least, whereas this was a slog. So yeah, there's probably more things I wanted to say about that whilst I was playing them, but yeah, the PS1 title blows the 64 title out of the water. Whether that holds true for the original Wipeout 1 and 2, I don't know. But for all intents and purposes, for my retro budget challenge, I said I wanted to put these two together, or at least a PS1 title against the 64 title. This has come in second place. It's lost, and I'm not going to get this boxed. If I come across it incredibly cheap, then fine. You know, I think it's like a £25 box game. It's not expensive, but I've not got a huge amount of space. So yeah, it'll stay there until maybe I trade it in or I sell it on. I've left I think it plays a demo in the background. It just looks good. Apart from the menu layout, which was a design choice, you know, I've not got a lot of bad things to say about this. It's got more to it in terms of styles of race. So you've got the eliminator, which I think you do have in this, to be fair. They all feel like eliminators because they all have checkpoint amounts of time, and it's also got a tournament as well. So yeah, it feels like there's more to it. So for me, it's pretty unanimous. You know, this has got way more points in its favour than this has. I'm sorry, it's over. That's our first. No good. So yeah, just a quick small video there. Please like, comment, subscribe, and join me next time for something different.